You're watching Super Tuesday, presented by Progressive. Welcome to the Pacific Northwest. Some late night West Coast Conference action between Oregon State and Gonzaga. Big matchup at the Kennel.
Back in the day.
It's hard to believe Gary Payton would do some trash talking.
Exactly.
That never happened. Opening tip controlled by Gonzaga. Zags come in 15-6, 6-2 in the WCC. And Oregon State has won 4 out of 5. They're 16-6. And they're 6-3 in the West Coast Conference. Shot clock inside 10. Here is Ryan Nimhart. Ben Gregg lines it up, missing a 3. And the rebound batted around, and the Beavs, wearing the black, control the rebound.
That's a welcome sight for Oregon State that Gregg missed that 3. Made his previous 15, including a perfect 10 of 10 from the field to tie a career-high 24 points at Portland the other night.
Starting 5 for Wayne Tinkle. Parsifalo back in the starting lineup for Oregon State. And DeMarco Minor turns it over. A run out for Gonzaga. Up the floor, into the bucket. Graham Ike follows up the miss for Emmanuel Inocenti. Nate Kings, 7 to shoot for Oregon State. On the drive down the lane, off balance in the roll for Latoris Lelovitz.
Target, and he's a terrific finisher down low.
Nate Kings inside, and the jump hook by Parsifalo.
Different than in years past. With Minor, they will push the tempo when they get a chance.
Deflected, Nolan Hickman the steal. Hickman to the bucket, and it's 6-4 Gonzaga.
He has played really well in West Coast.
Been in double figures in each of Gonzaga's last 4 games. Michael Ratai goes baseline, and a strong move by Ratai.
He continues to play really well. West Coast Conference play, averaging nearly 22 a game. Had 29 in the first meeting.
Graham Ike, and 1. That was a man's move by Ike.
That time they brought a double.
Who came off the bench in Gonzaga's last game down at Portland, where they obliterated. There's Ike running the floor. Ike with the left hand, and they can't stop Graham Ike. Rolls off from DeMarco Minor. Cleared by Gonzaga, they push. Bobbled, controlling it, Graham Ike already with a
crowd involved. It becomes one of the most difficult places in all of college basketball to be successful in if you're on the road.
7-0 run for the Zags. Nate Kings, 3. Down the lane. Floater spins out for Latoris Lelovitz. And here comes Gonzaga countering. Off balance, the floater, Ryan Nimhart. Rips it down for the Bulldogs. What a pass, and a slam, Graham Ike.
I mean, what's wrong with it? 6 of 7 from the field. As soon as he missed that one, it's time to bring him out.
Matthew Marsh, the grad transfer from Wake Forest, checks in for Wayne Tinkle at Oregon State. Nate Kings on the drive, throws up a wild shot, but draws cuts.
Nearly 60% from the field.
Deep roots here to Spokane for Wayne Tinkle.
Went to Ferris High School, just up on the South Hill. Before he had a phenomenal college playing career at Montana, he's become a really underrated coach in my eyes across the West Coast.
Baseline, Ryan Nimhart with the jumper. And the 3 is blocked as Dusty Stromer had it blocked by the lunging Nate Kings. A foul, and 1 is Gonzaga. Fouls Michael Ratai.
Up where the official calls it a foul, finish through it at the line for 3.
And Ratai nails the free throw, and 5 points for the junior from Germany and pulls Oregon State to within 5. Foul was on Michael Ajayi. Here's Caleb Battle looking to get on track after struggling the last couple of ball games.
And that they have, he has got to be aggressive to score, but temper it with a little bit more play.
And free throw percentage for Gonzaga. But Battle hits both free throws, and at one point this year he made 50 straight free throws.
At times, they have addressed that after the back-to-back losses to the Beavers as well as Santa Clara.
Michael Ratai to the bucket, somehow squeezed through and laid it in for Oregon State.
Take your right, take your left, finish with either hand. Oregon State now 1-3-1 zone. Gonzaga, you want to find the middle right there where Ajayi finds an opportunity.
And the elbow squares up for the jump. Members coming in. They have certainly elevated the play of the WCC.
Without a doubt. Mark Few said before the game at Oregon State, he loves the additions because of new places to play and environments with the energy.
And the potential also of just a bus ride for a road game against Washington State. Doesn't hurt Gonzaga either. And DeMarco Minor beats the shot clock with a 3. The footwork down low, Braden Huff.
Oregon State back in a zone. Important to communicate, match up with your responsibilities through who's in your area.
The runner off the window, and Caleb Battle. Down low, the scoop though wouldn't go for Parsifala. And here comes Battle for Gonzaga. Huff. And a good look, got the offensive rebound, and Braden Huff follows it up. Timeout Oregon State. And
the look for opponents.
DeMarco Minor, 3. Second 3 for DeMarco Minor.
Terrific job from Ratai just to pull the defense.
His numbers a few minutes ago. The Beavers' numbers are tremendous on the offensive end as well. Braden Huff the miss. Michael Ajayi on a putback. Will go to the line for an and 1. And Ajayi can't cash it. It was on Maxime Logie and not Ratai. And the frustrating thing for Oregon State is you take the Beavers' best player off the floor.
And that's one thing that I think a lot of officials do get right, of not giving that prime player that second foul early.
A 3 for Caleb Battle, and the largest lead for Gonzaga, and the first 3 for the Zags tonight. And the answer from Isaiah C. for Oregon State. That torrid start. And the miss and the rebound. Lake saves it for Oregon State, and the Beavers control. Burst down the lane. And how about that dart to DeMarco Minor to the bucket? Caleb Battle. Fouled on a 3 by Josiah Lake. And 3 shots for Caleb Battle. From Mike Monaco and King McClure in Provo. We're ago in Corvallis. Looking to return the favor here on their home floor as Battle goes 2 for 3 from the line. But Graham Ike, who's off to a torrid start in this one with the offensive rebound, and Battle 3. He's got 11 off 2 fouls. Nate Kings. Shot clock rolling down at Oregon State. Kings missing on the baseline, and Maxim Logie goes over the back, and a foul called against Oregon State.
I think Gonzaga plays fast because of their guards, and it's true to a certain extent. But something there, you then have drive kick opportunities to find shooters.
Against Portland, the second most in a game in Gonzaga history, and a Gonzaga team that leads the country in assists. As an errant pass run down, Caleb Battle, and he gets knocked down by DeMarco Minor, and Battle will get a couple of free throws for Gonzaga.
Because Gary Payton, known for his trash talking, was on fire, not just the court, but scoreless the last 2 games. Did not start in the game at Portland Saturday.
Bye-bye. And the three, DeMarco Minor crashing the offensive glass, but it's ripped away by Braden Huff for the Zags. Caleb Battle. Boy, is he feeling it tonight. 19 first half points. Then letting everybody, okay, we're meeting here at 8 a.m. to run over here. We're going to sneak in.
He mentioned a phone tree. Guy on the bottom calls the guy above. You can call a phone tree nowadays. Kids are looking like you. What are you talking about?
Here's Parsifala on the block. Goes middle. Graham Ike denies. And on the reload of three for Latoris.
Enjoys playing for each other as opposed to trying to get theirs.
And for Wayne Tinkle, look, he went to Elite Eight back in 2021. It was a rough few years. The personnel just didn't seem to fit. The personalities
mesh with the current roster. See if that player enjoyed being on the league. He's got a group that he really likes, and they've played extremely well for him this year.
Here comes Ike looking to set a screen. Pump fake, now moving in. Shot short from Ben Gregg. One last crack at it for Oregon State from just beyond half court. And Josiah Lake off the mark. And a very impressive first 20 mid-league. As we start the second half, of the Zags led by as many as 21 in the first half.
Gonzaga's defense was great down the stretch, forced Oregon State in only making one of their last 7 field goal attempts.
They go inside, and Ike is fouled by Parsifala.
12 days ago, it was like a heavyweight fight at times.
Did against Santa Clara on Saturday. And back in the starting lineup tonight, Parsifala challenged at the rim by Ben Gregg. Now Gregg on the trail three. Got his own miss somehow and late. Parsifala trying to go to work down low. Graham Ike with the block.
Nice pass.
And the slam for Ben Gregg in transition. Timeout Oregon team.
Well, I think the turnarounds for everybody playing Oregon State and Washington State are much different because they're new to the league as opposed to all the other teams in the West Coast Conference. You've played them year in and year out. Staffs know their tendencies and what they like to try to do as Kings knocks down a well-needed three for the Beavers.
Second three for Nate Kings. And then Saturday, of course, the big matchup for Gonzaga, heading down to St. Mary's to take on Randy Bennett-Gale.
Things will happen.
Michael Ratai gets in the paint. And Ben Gregg the rebound for the Zags. They push.
He's only really had spot minutes in defensive situations this year.
Oregon State, after making 10 of their first 18 from the field, have made only 2 of their last 14 as they go inside and the lay-in for night at Gill Coliseum. They handled Santa Clara 83-69. Michael Ratai had a career high 30 in that game.
We haven't seen the full package that Michael Ratai has on the offensive end of the floor tonight. He's a terrific player, but...
And the Zags from the outset, they've been locked in.
Well, they had a bad taste in their mouth after their experience in Corvallis at Gill Coliseum, followed up by the loss to Santa Clara here at home. They have looked really good this evening.
Graham Ike now with 20.
At times, Battle and Ike, I didn't think kept their composure in check. They have played with a ton of energy and composure this evening.
Michael Ratai on the baseline, now with 9. Here's Michael Ratai. Step back. The high archer off the window.
Quietly, emotionlessly get back on defense like that was your intent the whole time.
Is that your humble brag right there?
I guess.
Michael Ratai fouled, will go to the line for Oregon State. Amongst the legends.
For Santa Clara, DeMontis was honored. We get a look at just how good Mike's
here too.
Yeah. Well, the interesting thing about those numbers being up there is Johns is truly the only one. If you ask for the number 12, you're not going to get it.
Michael Ajayi 3. Inside 13 minutes now. Michael Ajayi, three.
I mean, look out. If Michael Ajayi starts shooting that three ball and take your chances.
Five to shoot for DeMarco Minor. Attacks, lays it in.
Wow. Nice finish by Minor. He's quietly putting together.
Shot 47% from three. Coming in tonight, he's 20% this year. Now it rattles out for Josiah Lake.
Well, there's a learning curve for players when you go from one program to the next. Or having a good game maybe as a scorer, they need to go get rebounds. Out as a scorer, he just kept finding guys. 2 points to go alongside those 14 assists. He's back.
Point blank looks. Kings spins his way to the basket and one. On Dusty Stromer. Kings now in double digits. He's got 11 after. This move and splitting the double team. How about that from Braden Huff? So impressive.
He's got the up and unders. The
6 averaging in double digits for Gonzaga. Huff now with 8 tonight, and I see so much Kevin McHale with his footwork, and you younger kids out there, Google it.
He doesn't quite have the length of Kevin McHale, but the touch for sure.
And the footwork. Nolan Hickman, second three for Hickman tonight. You wonder if the bus breaking down for Oregon State was a harbinger of things to come tonight for Wayne Tinkle and the Beavers, as it is just raining on Oregon State now. Allowed to leave their hotel for about 20 minutes.
Wow.
Then they were able to board the bus, but then couldn't move. And they had to delay the start of the game because Oregon State couldn't, or Oregon rather, couldn't get to Pauley Pavilion as inside that locker room, because they've come out inspired the last 2 games. The offense was always there, but the defensive effort from Gonzaga has been really good tonight as Michael Ratai on the follow.
Yeah,
but
I would
it just
agree.
seems they were locked in mentally, defensively.
Yeah, and every team has their ebbs and flows throughout the course of the season, and sometimes they're magnified. Gonzaga's defensive miscues were magnified because they resulted in 2 losses.
Another three for Nolan Hickman.
He is
playing for Gonzaga for Ellie. I used to joke with Wayne, called him the first family of basketball for the Northwest. With his and Lisa's success in Montana. Trace, the all-time leading scorer at Oregon State. Ellie playing here, although Jocelyn, who's now coaching at Pepperdine, was an All-American for Tara Vandermeer at Stanford, so she escaped the North. Michael Ratai. And a foul on Graham Ike, his 4th. Because the West Coast Conference was donating that money to the California Wildfire Relief Fund through the Red Cross. And they were donating that money going directly to help the fire victims down in Southern California. Well, Wayne Tinkle decided he would match,
you know, where he lives, but the Southern California area in this recent tragedy. And this is...
Chases down his own miss. And luckily for the Tinkles, Jocelyn Tinkle, we mentioned, a coach at Pepperdine. She doesn't live in Malibu, but close by. 12 days ago. Free throw missed by Maxim Logan. It is all Gonzaga tonight. Caleb Battle, after a monster first half, attacks and will shoot more free throws.
In this evening, and a lot of it's due to playing with force off the dribble, such as that. You put him at the line, it's near automatic 2 as well.
It's on him. You can only do so much. At some point, a player's got to step up and want to do it. And clearly, Caleb Battle wanted to do it tonight and came out and set an aggressive tone.
That's a great point. You know, coaches can put you.
And he misses the front end. Michael Ajayi with 12 tonight. Here, from the outset, it's been all Gonzaga at the counter. Tremendous performance as Caleb battled a steal. Long outlet ahead for Michael Ajayi, and the former Pepperdine player, Ismaila Diane. Freshman from Senegal has been dealing with a knee injury this year.
Floor is rim protection at times. At 7 feet, a good long wingspan. He's got a chance to maybe provide a little bit of support in that area.
In college basketball, he came out with a strong statement. And Stu is a basketball, the landscape of college athletics now. What did you make of his statement over the weekend?
Well, here making a deep run. That's how this all got started for Gonzaga. You know, this league continues to improve. You got 5 teams in the top 75 in the net, but I think one of the things that I personally, as a fan and an analyst, appreciate is when you have a team from a mid-major that has maybe lost in the conference title game, get a chance in the NCAA tournament instead of a team from a power conference that is sitting right at 500 in there.
Are seizing more decision-making power. It's vital for the basketball-focused league. Properly weighed representation as we look forward for basketball and Olympic sports in the wake of these discussions. And we go on to talk about the future of college athletics and the opportunities which you were getting at, Dan, but it's something that, you're right, that some of the great stories, whether it's Gonzaga, and it allowed the door for schools, for example, like Butler, to move up.
But you never know. Santa Clara has played really well at times.
Enjoying seeing Joe Few on the floor. And
can't let him down, Joe.
Marco Minor wasn't letting him get a sniff. Michael Ajayi rattles in the pull-up jumper. So the big showdown this weekend.
You would have thought St. Mary's would take a step back, but you know, Paulus Morauskas has been tremendous. Marshallonis still as a point guard there is really good. And then Mitchell Saxon anchoring that defense. But the thing about St. Mary's is you know what they're going to
stay. Tomorrow night's game on ESPNU. Here's the standings in the WCC. With St. Mary's 2 games up on the Zags, and they have not played Gonzaga yet this year. Then you have USF, Oregon State, who's going to fall to 6-4 with the result here. And the Zags will improve to 7-2 leading up to that matchup.
Get that game played at a little faster pace, but you know, the experience post entry, a dribble entry, a block out, they make the game difficult. Part has got the better of it. It's so fascinating to watch.
Jumper missed by Jun Tsukio. But Gonzaga gets it back. That's a deep 2 from Dusty Stromer, his first points tonight. Pull up. And the offensive rebound, Gavin Mark going high into the air. And the 7-footer. And a foul out near midcourt on Joe Few. Maybe 2 shots for Josiah Lake. An 88% foul shooter.
Gonzaga's going to have to get a shot off.
And the block, Gavin Mars denies the chance for 100. As Outer Uzmore was determined to get a shot up.
He made a 3 in the game earlier this year, brought the crowd to its feet.
Oregon State will just play it out. No, they're going to go toward the hoop. And wave it off, doesn't count. And Gonzaga with a dominant 40 minutes here tonight, Dan. This is the team that maybe has refound their game.
After dropping a pair, one of them to this Oregon State team, they have refound